Hey researchers, welcome to writing. Okay, so today is a very important day. Okay, so I need you to really focus. Don't try to fast forward me. You have to hear this, okay? So a lot of you, not a lot of you, but some of you guys are having a hard time finding information on your topic. Like you feel like you've searched Destiny and you've searched the Mid-Continent Library databases, and you feel like you've used different keywords and things like that. And we are not going to abandon those databases, okay? So the skills that I'm going to show you today can be applied directly to those research databases, okay? So don't feel like, or don't think Miss Montague is giving me an out so I never have to go back to Destiny or I never have to go back to the Mid-Continent resources. That is not the message, okay? I really want you to still be searching in those places, but I've noticed that some of you guys are going outside of those places, like you might be heading to Google or a different searching database or like different search bar area or whatever. And so I want to give you some ways to evaluate a research source, okay? So if you type in the benefits of running, like I've been doing, how can you tell if this is a legitimate source or not? Okay, so I have a little checklist or things that you guys can think about as you are searching. If you choose to use a different database than the ones that I've showed you, this would be a good way for you to just kind of ask yourself, is this real? Is this good information? Is this a good source? Okay? Okay, first, do you recognize the source? Is this something that you've heard of? Is it like the National Geographic? Is it CNN? Is it a magazine that you've heard of or subscribed to? Okay, if it's some random thing that you've never heard of, sometimes it's not a great resource. Miss Schultz always said that .com was sometimes a good evidence that like, oh, this can be maybe trusted. I would just really still try to evaluate, because there's so many .coms out there, that you're still evaluating the resource and making sure that it's credible. Okay? Does it have a clear author? So does it have someone's name attached to it? If you don't know the author, then that I would be very skeptical if there is no author attached to the database or the article that you're reading. Okay? Is this author qualified? Like, how do we know that this author is an expert? Have they been doing research for a while? Do they have a lot of expertise in this area? Like, how do we know that they're an expert? Is this resource giving you accurate information? If you look at something and it's giving you different information than some information that you've already found, that is alarming. Or if you're like, oh man, this is saying that dogs can leap 20 feet, I don't know, and you're like, man, that doesn't really make sense. Dogs can't really jump that far. Then the information might not be accurate, and I don't think as a researcher that you should trust it. Okay? Free of bias. So that means that they're not bringing their own thoughts or feelings into the information. They don't have their own agenda. They're not trying to make you believe something or change your thoughts about it. They're not just making one claim about one experience that they've had and just saying, one time I tried carrots and they were horrible, so no one ever should eat carrots. Okay? If they're bringing their own bias or thoughts into it, then it's probably not a good resource. Okay? For bias, you also want to be really aware of if there's a company attached to the research article. Like if the Coke company is saying that sugar really isn't that bad for you because they want you to buy their product, they want you to go buy Coke, then they might not be a good resource. They want you to believe a certain thing so that they can make money. Okay, so it's really important that you evaluate and you say, hey, is this company, can I really trust what they're saying or what they're telling me or what they want me to believe? Okay, finally, you guys are really good at looking at this, is it up to date? Look at the year it was published. If this was published a long time ago, there might be new information out there that isn't part of this research, okay, or part of this information. You might need to go find it. Is there research to back up their information? So are they citing a source, like a research source? Is this research a trusted source? Is it something that you've heard of or that is believable? Okay, so it's not just them telling you what they believe, but they have something to back them up, like research. Okay, I went ahead and typed my keywords into Google just to kind of see what other information is out there, but to also show you how you can evaluate a research source. Okay, www.shape.com, not this first one, not something that I've ever heard of. Okay, so I'm going to keep on scrolling. Podiumrunner.com, again, not something that I've ever heard of. I'm going to keep scrolling. www.runnersworld.com. Oh my goodness, that's something that I've heard of. I've actually subscribed to that magazine before. I'm going to click on that. Okay, 6 science-backed ways running improves your health. Okay, so just looking at this part right here, I noticed that it has an author. It was published, so Jennifer Van Allen. I'm not really sure if she's qualified, but at least an author is listed. It tells me the date, August 7th, 2018. Well, it's 2020 right now, so it's really only 2 years old. So most likely this information is relevant. Okay. It doesn't have any sort of scholarly company or anything attached to it. Just the Runner's World. So down here under reason 1, in a 2006 study published in Medicine and Science and Sports and Exercise, researchers found that even a single bout of exercise, 30 minutes of walking on a treadmill, can instantly lift the mood of someone suffering from a major depressive order. Okay, so see how it cites in a 2006 study published by this hopefully good, solid research source. So it's telling you that there's research to back up what they're saying. That's a really good sign when you're looking for a source. I would say that this source right here could be trusted so far. I would still need to look and make sure that the information is believable, that it's free of bias, that it seems accurate. But at this point, I would think that this could be a trusted source. Okay, so researchers, I need you to get out there and find some articles that you can trust, that you feel like have accurate information. If that's in Destiny, then I need you to go straight to Destiny. If that's a Mid-Continent Library, Mid-Continent Library. If you feel like you can find some trusted sources in Google, that's fine. You just need to be very careful that this is something that you can trust and believe as a researcher. Good luck.